No, we haven't just suddenly transported to Alaska. We are still at our Seapoint studios. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on a Wednesday morning. A very good morning to Dr. Roger Mellvill and his 3 absolutely stunning Siberian Huskies. Roger, very good morning.
Morning, Graham.
What a handful, but what a beautiful dog to behold. Please introduce us to these wonderful specimens.
Okay. That over there is Lewis.
Hello, Lewis.
And here's his father, and that's Peter.
Hello, Peter.
And here's the little one, and this is Buttons. This is Buttons over here.
Buttons. Oh, and she is a beautiful little effeminate thing. They are bundles of energy. Roger, where do we begin with the Siberian Husky? These are incredible breeds, but they are very foreign to South Africa. Give us a bit of background on the breed. Where do they hail from?
Well, the Siberian comes basically from eastern Siberia, and they were bred for thousands of years by the Chukchi Indians living in a very cold and difficult environment in eastern Siberia. And then in 1909, an Alaskan dog breeder found these animals that had been bred for many years and brought, in fact, a shipload of them to Alaska to be used as working dogs in Alaska. And they gained prominence as very good sled dogs with ability for endurance mainly. And one of the most famous experiences that these dogs had was when they were involved in bringing medication to the little village of Nome in 1925 when there was a diphtheria outbreak in Nome, and these dogs became famous as a result of that, saving the community of Nome.
So we owe the breed a debt of gratitude. I can imagine how many of those sorts of stories have happened without, being told about throughout history. What does it mean to be a working dog? What does that actually mean? What do they require as working dogs now from a breeder's perspective or an owner's perspective?
Well, I think that because they're so beautiful, nowadays, a lot of them are regarded as family pets, and they are very good family pets, but there are a lot of issues about them. They're not easy dogs. People see them and fall in love with them.
I think she takes exception at that, Roger.
People fall in love with these dogs because of what they look like, and but they're not easy to care for. They're killers, so. You can't, we can't have cats at home.
So you opted to have 9 of these at home. How many do you have?
We have 9 Siberians, and I tell people I've got 9 dogs and a crazy wife, because we occasionally breed the dog, and then it's hard to get rid of them, so they stay at home.
I can understand why. They have so much personality, and clearly they bond a huge amount as well. It's not just coming from the human's perspective. They look like they are absolutely emotionally invested in you.
Well, they're especially invested in each other as well. They're not easy dogs to keep as a single dog, in a single dog situation. If you're going to have a Siberian, it's better to have other dogs as well, so that because they are really pack animals.
Yeah. Now, I just want to get a close-up on this lead here. Take a look at the rope that is required for the leash. You got that there? Okay, they are incredibly strong dogs, so you've got to take that into account. What must we be aware of if we want to, and we are responsible enough to become a Siberian Husky owner? What do we need to have in place in our house? What are some of the tips that you can offer?
Firstly, they need exercise, like all dogs. That's very important.
Yeah, it's a standard.
The other issue is that they were bred as sled dogs, so they tend to go rather than come.
It's a difficult command to master.
If you call a dog that's on the run, he's just not going to turn around and come back again. You know, they have a mind of their own. The other issue is that they can climb and jump over high walls. And so they very easily find a situation where they escape from the home if they're left alone. So if you're going to have a Siberian, you either stay at home or you have other dogs with them.
Have someone to mind.
It's not the kind of dog to leave alone while you're off at work on its own. It will be a very unhappy dog.
If I can wrap up with one last thing, why are they so close to you? Why did you fall in love with this breed?
I had an opportunity to work in North America for a short while, and during that trip we actually went sledding in Alaska, and we encountered these dogs, and that was about 19 years ago, and we brought one back, and one wasn't enough, and now we have 19. Now we have 9.
Well, I hope that pack keeps growing. They are absolutely exquisite. To our Siberian Huskies, guys, thank you for keeping it so calm for us. This is them calm, actually. But Dr. Mellvill, thank you so much for joining us. What an absolute pleasure. I hope we can keep them around studio for just a little bit longer.
You're welcome.
Oh, man, well, I'm going to bond with these guys a little bit longer this morning. What an absolute treat. We're going to take a very quick break. Then we're back with Kacancel from Isidingoma. Agnes, you know her all too well. She'll hopefully give us a few little tidbits on the storyline coming up in one of our favourite soapies.
Share the love with South Africa's most loved dog food, Bobtail, for strong South African dogs.